Welcome to another episode of WTF Cinema.
No! I'm not going to do it. You have no idea how long I have put off doing this review. It's not going to happen, okay? How'd you get in my house? Fine. Let me go put on some clothes. Hi, everybody. It's been a while, mainly because I was avoiding doing this. This is Brotherhood of the Wolf. Now, considering some of the grief I'm still getting for Naked Lunch, I thought I'd dig a little deeper into this particular film, because I know it is deeply loved by a lot of people. I even have friends who try to defend this movie. I mean, they don't succeed, but they try. So, in an effort to do a little bit of research, which goes against my normal grain with these things, because I try to come at them just as a regular movie viewer, I went ahead and dug around on Rotten Tomatoes. And I looked at some of the reviews to see what it is that people liked so much about this movie. I'm going to read you some of the positive reviews. Now, I'm going to have to actually read them so I get the quotes exactly right. But these are some positive reviews from Rotten Tomatoes. Not a good film, as much as it is an unusual one. In short, it's a big mess, and I mean that in the best possible way. It's such a thrilling piece of nonsense. What a ridiculous film this is. And my personal favorite, check your brains at the popcorn stand, ignore most of the florid subtitle dialogue, and sit back and enjoy this genre-bending wild ride. These are the positive reviews, guys. These are the positive reviews. And I'll grant them this. It is a very pretty film. It's gorgeous. It's well shot. A movie needs to be more than that. A movie needs to tell a good story well. And this doesn't do that. And it takes 2.5 hours not to do that. So as such, I'm going to be skipping large pieces of the movie. I'm skipping pretty much every subplot and sticking just to the main plot. Because watching me tear apart a 2.5 hour film would take so much time. As it is, this one's going to be a painful one, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. A young woman trying to flee an unseen tormentor. And she fails. Through a lot of exposition, we learn that this particular province in France has been terrorized by this beast for over a year. And so they finally decided to send for some outside help. That outside help consists of an expert taxidermist and his kung fu fighting Native American pal, who looks disturbingly like Keanu Reeves. Naturally. Despite the fact that the subtitles specifically point out that the taxidermist is not a hunter. He has been sent by the king to deal with this beast. You see, when I need to send somebody to do a job, I like to pick somebody who doesn't have any of the qualifications necessary to complete that job. This scene right here is very important, mainly because it's ignored for the rest of the movie. This is a scene where our taxidermist learns about the beast. We learn that the beast is very smart. So it avoids groups of men. In fact, it really seems to prey on women and children who are out by themselves. Anytime a group of men goes out to find it, it mysteriously vanishes. We are also told that while they don't know what the beast is, they are positive it is not a wolf and it is not a dragon. So you can cross those off your list of possibilities. Not a wolf, not a dragon. What follows is a lot of scenes of the taxidermist trying to figure out exactly what the beast is, looking at bite sizes on victims, that sort of thing. What he conclusively determines, with everybody he talks to, is that the beast is most definitely not a wolf. which is probably why they named this movie Brotherhood of the Wolf. He does take some time out while this beast is ravaging the country and killing people, and he's been sent there by the king to put an end to it, to start flirting with this noble woman. Because, yeah, dead people, sure, but check out the rack on this tart. Okay, so given what we know about the beast, hiding from people, attacking lone women, there are two ways, I think, where you could effectively and quickly hunt down and kill this beast, right? Method one is probably the method I would expect the film to go with, and that would be have either the taxidermist or Keanu dress up as a woman and have the other buddy shadow him from a distance and go out, have the woman look like it's going out on its lonesome while the buddy's sniping in the trees, take down the beast, right? It's a little silly, but that's kind of what I expect the film to go with. Option two would be searching the world over for the greatest female hunter. There's got to be one, right? There's got to be women out there who want to prove that they're just as good as a man by hunting and killing wild animals. Even back in pre-revolutionary France, somewhere there had to be a female hunter. And in fact, I think I know just the woman for the job.
Hunter? I'm afraid so.
So let's see which one he goes with. He decides to organize an extra-large hunting party to go after the beast. Okay. So, to stop the beast from killing people, the king sent somebody we're told is not a hunter to hunt down the beast. When the guy who's not a hunter learns that the beast hides from groups of people and nobody's been able to find it that way, he decides to organize a massive hunting party of men to hunt the thing down. Why the hell should I care about this movie if the characters in it don't give a shit about the plot? Now, I'm cutting a lot of the fight sequences out of the movie because they're really well shot, which doesn't serve my kind of review. But I will show you just a little bit here. This is Keanu Reeves doing some of that kung fu that Native Americans are famous for. Once you get past the absurdity of a Native American being this well trained in the martial arts, you have to admit the fight scenes are really well choreographed. I will never deny, it's a beautiful film. It's just a stupid one. Days, weeks later, we don't know, there's really no establishment of time flow here. We get a nice long shot of a bunch of hunters hunting down and killing large groups of wolves. Because remember, everybody has said the beast is not a wolf. So, hunting down and killing all the wolves in the area will surely clear up your beast problem. Now, this scene bothers me. It's not a big scene in the movie. It doesn't even serve the plot at all. Keanu and the taxidermist are invited to this noble cookout, right? All these noble guys are sitting there talking around, and you get some really racist and sexist comments. Now, the racism I kind of get given the time period. Plus, he's probably like the first Native American ever to set foot on French soil. So, fine. Part of the dinner, Keanu talks about how everybody has a totem animal that represents their spirit. And he does this thing where he slowly grasps somebody's hand and tells them what animal they are. And this becomes an instant hit. Everybody is very amused by this. So he does it for a couple of more people. By the end, though, he's just like, and you're a bull! You know, he's just pointing and shouting it out. We try to build him up as this mystic, in-touch, shaman-like character who's got these kind of mystic powers and in tune with your spirit. And then he himself turns it into this little Pardo trick. Ha-ha! Bull! Serpent! I find that most offensive of all. Just this idea that even the character can't view what he has with any sort of sacredness. Okay, as I said before, this is a really long movie, and I am chopping out huge chunks. But this, again, is another scene that just, man, I can't let go. So, our taxidermist goes to a whorehouse. He's French, what are you gonna do? He hooks up with a fortune-telling gypsy lady whore. He asks her to read his fortune. She says, you're gonna have to pay me more than money for that, and they start having sex. She's a whore in a whorehouse. And he's paying her with sex? Okay. During the middle of the act, she starts asking about, various scars that he's got on him. Because even though he's not a hunter, he's got scars and bullet wounds. Okay. In the middle of the act, she then takes a dagger out from underneath the pillow and casually stabs him in the stomach, saying, "That will give you something to remember me by." He didn't say he liked pain. He never said that pain makes him feel alive or he likes the scars. And he did not ask her to stab him in the stomach. It's a weird little scene, made weirder by this fact. Just seconds later, one of the whores freaks out because she's being asked to service the Native American. And she's like, "Oh my god, I can't do that." Ah! And the madam of the house is very upset because this is going to ruin the house's reputation. So she's offering any of her girls double the price to sleep with the redskin. One of the whores agrees, and, it's all on. But, lady, if you're so worried about the reputation of your house, maybe you want to take a look at the gypsy whore who's stabbing your customers without their permission. Because I gotta tell you, if I went to a whorehouse and got stabbed by one of the whores, I am not giving them a positive review on Yelp. It's now 3 weeks later. 3 weeks later from when? I'm not sure. Again, the passage of time is not established at all in this film. We are told that hunters are still going out and failing to capture this thing. Groups of hunters still cannot locate the beast. We're also told that it's been 3 years this beast has been terrorizing the land. Again, the timescale's a little off because the taxidermist was sent after almost a year, and now it's 3 years, but it's 3 weeks later. Also, in 3 years, you didn't think maybe to switch up the strategy because the hunting in groups is the one thing we were told wouldn't work. So our taxidermist is giving an update to the nobles of the area. In this conversation, the nobles are now convinced it's a wolf. They don't say that they've changed their minds, they're just saying it's obviously a wolf. Even though these are some of the same nobles that earlier said it's not a wolf, we know it's not a wolf. So the taxidermist now has to convince the people who previously convinced him that it's not a wolf, that it's not a wolf. He also points out to them that the beast has been killing for 2 years. This is 6 minutes after the narrator told us 3 years. It's also 3 weeks after we were told it was almost 1 year. Some of this can be put down to bad subtitling, because I'm sure the subtitles are off. I don't even speak French, and I know the subtitles are wrong in places. Because I hear them using one word, and it's defined one way, and then they use it again, and it's defined as something completely different. So I'm willing to let the different number of years go by. But I'm watching you, movie. God, am I watching you. The taxidermist is informed that the king has finally decided to go ahead and send his best hunter to take care of the beast. Gee, a hunter? To hunt down an animal, you say? And it only took him 2 to 3 years to think of that. I can see why everybody loves the king. And this is by far the stupidest part of the movie. This is the part that guaranteed that I had to make this video, even if it killed me to watch the film again. The hunter has come with a plan, a devious plan given to him by the king. He's going to go out, kill a random wolf, and then in secret have the taxidermist doctor up the body to make it look like a fierce beast. Then they're going to tell everybody the beast is dead and return to Paris in victory! See, the king wants the beast thing taken care of because the killings are making him look bad. To reiterate, the beast killings are making the king look bad. So the king has decided to have the beast killed for pretend so he can tell everybody it's done and not worry about it anymore. Except the beast will still be out killing people. Kills about 1 a week, I think. So when people discover that the beast is still killing, won't that make you look worse? Because then not only is the beast still killing people, which makes you look bad because you can't control wildlife, but you tried to cover it up, and badly. Like, if you gave me this problem and told me to come up with the worst possible solution, this is what I would think of. Because it not only fails to fix the problem, but creates a whole other problem. This is by far the stupidest plan I've ever heard. We're going to pretend to kill the beast, and hopefully nobody will notice when the killings keep happening. And the worst part is, it works. The beast is officially dead, and the king is fine, and nobody's picking on the king anymore, except the beast is still killing people. Now, the defense can be, because I like to argue both sides of things, that it's a small province, and, you know, people outside won't know that the killings are still going on. Then how was the beast killings making him look bad in the first place? Word clearly got out. Word had to get out for it to affect the king's reputation. And if word got out, wouldn't it get out again? Nope, beast is still here. What are you talking about? The king killed it. Tell that to the chicken mauled last week. How is this a plan? And nobody says it's a bad idea. Nobody goes, the thing will still be killing though, right? The killing's the problem, not that nobody has seen the beast. It's the killing that's the problem. Nobody brings that up. I mean, like 15 minutes from now, the taxidermist is going to bring it up, but that's after the fact. Nobody brings up ahead of time, maybe this is a dumb plan. I hate this movie so much. I can't believe you people will defend this garbage. So 20 minutes later, it turns out the beast is still killing. Oh my gosh! Who could have called that? It turns out the beast killed somebody 2 days after the taxidermist left. Oh man! I hope word doesn't get out that the beast is still killing. That'll make the king look really bad. So one of the young noblemen convinces the taxidermist to go back and hunt down the beast again. Because once again, when it comes to hunting, I want the guy whose specialty is stuffing dead animals. While he's visiting his love interest from a subplot I really haven't bothered to tell you about, because, seriously, time's ticking by, people. The beast attacks and kills some people in the house. The beast, who never goes near groups of people, attacks 4 people in a house in a village. Now, at this point in the story, we learn the beast is being controlled by some mysterious figure. But still, it attacked 4 people in a house in the middle of a village. If it's smart, can you really persuade it to go against its instincts like that? We also learn it's definitely not a wolf. It's a CGI monster. Now, with the help of some Native American voodoo magic, they are able to track down the beast. It's amazing that all that time they were there the first time, at no point did the guy who was sent by the king to hunt this thing down go, why don't we let my buddy use his magic? He's pretty good at this stuff. But no, the voodoo magic enables him to communicate with the local wolves who help them to track down the beast. Despite the fact that we're very clearly told they are tracking down the beast, they manage to track it down to these ruins where they have cleverly set up some Home Alone-style traps. Wasn't it convenient that the beast happened to be hanging out in this area where they built traps? When did they have time to build these? They weren't corralling the beast. They weren't herding the beast. They were going to the beast, where it was. And these traps just happened to be in place, I guess. Anyway, the beast escapes, because we've still got like an hour and a half left in this thing. Keanu manages to track the beast to its lair. Where's the taxidermist and the young nobleman that was helping them? That's a good question. This beast that they threw everything at, and it still walked away, and the taxidermist just went, Keanu's got this one, let him go. But it turns out the beast is being controlled by a secret cabal that's using the beast and controlling the beast to help them overthrow the king. Keanu gets in a big fight with all of them, and he's doing pretty good until one of them shoots him in the back. Dicks. The taxidermist finds his dead friend's body and immediately sets about stuffing it. Okay, not really, but we've got like an hour left, and I'm just desperate for anything that resembles entertainment. Using his incredible skills as a taxidermist, he's able to determine the secret base of the bad guys and sets about single-handedly assaulting their position. Yeah, it's about that plausible, but not that entertaining. He's kind of disturbed when he comes to the club's trophy room. See, it's full of dead animals and dead animal parts, and he's looking around, and he keeps hearing, like, the screams of the dying animals in his head, I guess, because he's a taxidermist, so he's not used to dead animals and stuff. That can really wig you out. Anyway, trying to cut a very long story and a long review very short, the taxidermist gets arrested because it turns out that members of the Cabal are high up in the government of the province and the church, so they have him arrested. Now, how did they arrest him, you ask? Well, he left in the middle of the assault to go cremate his dead friend because he realized he was running out of time. There's this Native American thing where you got to do it by dawn. Couldn't have planned that better? Maybe cremate your buddy first, then go for revenge. Or, you know, finish the revenge and then cremate your buddy a little late would be like, hey man, may the spirits of your enemies speed you to your ancestors or something. I don't know. You never see Rambo go out in the middle of a shooting spree to get some eggs, is what I'm saying. One thing, then another. Bury your buddy, vengeance. Again, trying to cut this short, we're getting near the end here. The taxidermist manages to escape from jail by the help of the gypsy whore who helps him fake his own death, and then he comes back and single-handedly decides to take out the secret Cabal again. It's really nice of the bad guys to attack him one at a time. It's also really nice that none of them are trying to shoot him in the back like they did to kill his buddy. Now, he brought reinforcements who take out most of the gang, but we still have the final showdown between one of the highest members of this Cabal and our taxidermist hero. Now, in a twist, this member of the Cabal is the taxidermist's love interest's brother. Apart from being one of the main bad guys, the taxidermist's love interest's brother also killed and raped his sister, the taxidermist's love interest. I should have assigned these people names, but we're almost at the end, so who cares? I didn't care about these characters when they were giving me this part of the story. That's why I skipped the part where he raped and killed his own sister. Anyway, they face off, and the bad guy decides to take out the taxidermist using a sword that you wouldn't see outside of something like Soul Calibur. Luckily, it turns out the love interest isn't dead. She's only mostly dead. And with the help of a little Native American magic that he stole from his buddy, he's able to revive her, and they live happily ever after until the French Revolution. That's the film. This film is dumb. This film is painfully stupid. In the film's defense, it's gorgeous. It's beautifully shot. I mean, there are some really great effects here. The fight choreography is good. It's a good-looking film. I'm not going to deny it. Another thing in the film's defense is the subtitles. I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure the subtitles are bad. Within like 5 minutes, we see the word chevalier translated as sir, and then later, dear depressed friend. As far as I understand, chevalier means something akin to knight. Now, I can see that working for sir. I don't see that working for dear friend. Plus, the confusion with the number of years, I hope, is the fault of the subtitles. But a movie needs to be more than pretty. Unless you're going for something experimental like Koyaanisqatsi, where it's just images, and that's fine if you want to do that. But this film tries to tell a story. Tries being the operative word. It takes forever to tell a story that is pointless and self-contradictory. I really feel like this film was just made as an excuse for some of these visuals, and that's inexcusable. I want to spend 2.5 hours showing pretty stuff, and I'll make up some stuff to tie it all together. That's not a movie. That's not acceptable. That should not be encouraged by critical acclaim. Go and find something good to like. If you want to like something pretty, there are art museums. You can see beautiful works of art. Or there's experimental avant-garde films that don't have plots. It's just what you can do with the medium visually. Those are fine too. This is supposed to be a story. And it failed at being a decent story. And so it failed in its mission as a film. I don't see how you can defend that. The only defense is, as the reviewer said earlier, mindless fun. And that's fine. There's a place for mindless fun. That doesn't get you critical acclaim. That doesn't get you a devout fan base. It shouldn't. Anyway, that's it. We're done with this. We're done with this turd and we're moving on. Oh, and in case you were curious, turned out the beast was a lion they brought back from Africa and put armor on. Yeah.
Thank you for watching WTF Cinema. Until next time, what the f***, man?
What are you still doing here? The review's over. Leave me alone. You got what you wanted.